And I'm delighted you have chosen to get up with us. It is our task to get not one but two coaches fired by the time we finish our program.
Let's go!
This morning in the next 2 hours. And let's start, however, we won't start with any of that nonsense. Let's start with a good game last night. Patriots-Ravens. Preview of the AFC Championship game. It just might be. Pats have won 21 straight against first or second year starting quarterbacks, but they haven't seen anybody, Dan Orlovsky, like Lamar Jackson.
You mean the video game guy? Look at they did an outstanding job to start this game of getting their speed out on the perimeter. That was the story of their first couple of drives for Baltimore.
That was Hollywood Brown for 26 on the flip. Now the Ravens will line up for a 24-yard field goal at the end of the drive. But, Rex, the undisciplined Patriots.
Undisciplined Patriots. How many times we say it? Every week.
They're in the neutral zone. Ravens get another chance, and they convert Gus Edwards off the fake as Lamar Jackson takes it in himself easily. And the 7 points allowed by the Patriots in the first quarter equals the amount they'd allowed in their first 8 games combined. Second quarter, this time Edwards does get the give.
This is such a nice cut by Edwards. He sees the linebacker flow over the top, goes backside, easy walk-in touchdown.
So it's 17-0. Just don't make any big mistakes. Don't make any big mistakes. They muffed the punt.
Of course they're going to, because they're playing against the Patriots, and that's what teams do. Make mistakes, let them back in the game.
That's Cyrus Jones, the former Patriot, with the mistake. And, of course, Tom Brady cashes it in to Mo Sanu.
Really good design on the bunch. Mo Sanu waited patiently. Easy touchdown for New England.
Now, big moment here. Right at the end of the half, it's 17-10, and James White is going to go in for the tying touchdown. But look what happens.
Except he trips over the offensive lineman. It's probably a walk-in touchdown if he does not trip there. Really big moment in this football game.
Instead, it's 17-13. Now, third quarter. Patriots opening possession out of the half. Brady, Edelman going to give it up. And we're going the other way for a touchdown.
Look at all the black jerseys run to the football. They swipe at it. Opportunistic bounce up to Marlon Humphrey, and he's a track star running away from everybody.
So the lead is 24-13 Baltimore. 3.5 to go in the third. It's 24-20. Ravens on a 4th and 4. They're going for it. This is clutch.
Really nice job of moving the pocket, getting a pick route on 4th down, easy conversion, and then Greeny. Can you play with 13? Can you play with 14? This is a video game right here.
It'll never last. Remember that? Oh, yeah, sure.
It's bordering on unfair. Lamar Jackson, 2 plays later, 2nd and goal from the 5. Jackson, Nick Boyle. It's 30-20 Ravens.
Big night for the Baltimore Raven tight ends, and a really good job by Lamar going completely through his full progression.
Early 4th quarter, same score. 3rd and 10 for the Patriots. Brady's just going to throw it up, maybe looking to get a pass interference call instead.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
There's Earl Thomas making the interception. The celebration in Baltimore, fun to watch. Let's talk about the quarterback.
Get that chain out.
I don't see him as young. I've told you guys, I just think he's wise beyond his years in a lot of ways. I mean, he's sitting right here. I don't want to blow him up too much, make him too happy here,
This man is the MVP. I'm right behind him. I'm backing him. He makes my job easier. And, when you finish a game like that, man, it's just a sigh of relief.
Obviously, we didn't do anything well enough to deserve to win. Certainly didn't coach well enough. Just didn't do anything well enough. So give them credit. They're better than we were tonight. Certainly the better team. And, we just all got to do a better job.
So he doesn't have a lot to say. We do. What's the first thought that enters your mind off that game last night?
That's the most impressive win by anybody in the NFL this season. And I would say Lamar Jackson put the NFL on notice. Doing that in primetime football against the best defense in the NFL, best win of the year.
Rex?
I love being right.
Okay, explain.
It doesn't happen very often, but I was right about this one. It's a matchup nightmare for New England. I've said it from the start of this season that this team right here, they had the mentality. Number one, you have to have the mentality to beat New England. They walk in and like, we don't care how many rings you got. Guess what? We got some. We're going to put a ring on your nose. And that's exactly what they did. They were physical, and their defense came after it. The thing I love about the Ravens, they never sat pat. They traded for Marcus Peters. Why? There was a hole at corner. They needed one. There's a nice punt by Brady right there. But when I look at it, this is what they do. They're like, hey, we want to play a certain style of defense. We want to double Edelman, which they did every snap, and they wanted to man you up on the outside. They match up. We're seeing why New England wanted to get Antonio Brown. And I think that this is, when you play a defense like this, you need more than just Edelman.
Can we not take it just away, though, from the Ravens and say, like, what Lamar Jackson did? We just saw a little example of that. Like, Pat, how are you supposed to defend that? Because obviously people have defended it. They've lost a couple of games. How are you supposed to defend that?
Yeah, I think it's so intriguing because when Harbaugh decided to go all in with Lamar Jackson here, there was a lot of people that were like, wait, what are we doing here? He gets the tight ends in there. He gets rid of that, brings in Hollywood Brown. But what Lamar Jackson has, you can't teach. And when you're trying to defend that, you have to try to defend techniques, or you have to defend what tendencies are. And normally when a quarterback does this, and this, we can knock this out. Lamar Jackson is a cheat code. He breaks the code. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do whenever the hell he wants to do it. He's the most athletic player on every field he steps in. Now, people will be like, is he going to set the trend for what people look for at a quarterback? If you can find another Lamar Jackson, I would argue you should get him. Unless you're the Jets, who are constant failures, or some other team like that, I would argue that you want Lamar Jackson anytime you can, because he can do things that no other human can do right now with the football, and you can't prepare for it because I don't even know if Greg Roman, who's done well with him, knows what's coming. It's just kind of a show and lightning in a bottle.
Wait, we haven't gotten to the firing the coaches part. That's coming up a little bit later.
Yeah.
But let me read you something that Hembo just texted me. No team in NFL history has reached the Super Bowl with a quarterback as its leading rusher. Lamar Jackson is the Ravens' leading rusher. Is that a recipe to win games in the playoffs in the NFL?
If he stays healthy, absolutely. And this is why, Greeny, because we talk about game planning and defending, right? So first of all, they have a scheme that they only run in the NFL, so it's hard to prepare for and it's hard to defend. Then they have personnel, 3 tight ends that can both run, catch, and block. They're the only team in the NFL that can do that. Hard to prepare for and hard to defend. And then they have a quarterback that can run in ways that we don't, that they're the only team in the NFL that can do that. That's really hard to prepare for, and it's really hard to defend. And it showed itself, really, those last 2 drives at the end of the game, when it becomes 24-20, it becomes a ball game.
He can throw now,
They
too.
go on a 20, their next 2 drives are 28 plays, 19 minutes, and equal 2 touchdowns. It's because the scheme, the 3 tight ends, and the quarterback is the only person in the league who does it that way.
A quarterback like this changes the math. I mean, it really does. And that's what I always say. And everybody talks about if he can stay healthy. No, he's going to stay healthy. You think this is the first time he ran like this? I saw it in Louisville and all. Everybody wants to say, well, look what happened to the kid at Baylor. Yeah, he's about half the size of this kid.
RG3.
Yeah.
RG3, he's half the size of this kid.
And he also had the Redskins, unfortunately. And wow, that was, can we agree, probably the most...
Bingo!